Michael Brown death. Autopsy unlikely to settle dueling narratives.
Micah, President Obama said federal agents have launched their own independent investigation into Michael Brown's death as the National Guard finally arrived in the racially divided community today.
A call to action by Missouri's governor to restore order to Ferguson's volatile streets. The National Guard was deployed to the city following even more violent protests over the killing of teen Michael Brown. President Obama addressed the mounting tensions from the White House today.
Giving in to that anger by looting or carrying guns and even attacking the police only serves to raise tensions and stir chaos.
Chaos that has steadily escalated following the controversial shooting of the black 18-year-old by a white police officer more than a week ago.
The Attorney General himself will be traveling to Ferguson on Wednesday to meet with the FBI agents and DOJ personnel conducting the federal criminal investigation.
Tensions reached a boiling point over the weekend when Brown's family released their own private autopsy report that revealed the young man was shot 6 times, with 2 of those bullets striking his head.
Why would he be shot in the very top of his head? 6'4" man. Makes no sense.
Officer Darren Wilson is accused of shooting the unarmed victim, who medical examiners believe was shot from behind. But Wilson's supporters rallying in his defense argued there's another side to the story, adding the officer was defending himself from Brown, who they claim was the aggressor.
We're keeping the community of Ferguson in our prayers, and even Michael Brown's family in our prayers. We just ask that everybody do the same thing for Officer Wilson and his family.
And President Obama also said that police should allow for peaceful protests without the use of excessive force. Live in the newsroom, Corinne Winter, KTLA 5 News.
As Dr. Bowden met with the mother, she had the lingering question, as any mother would have, was my child in pain? And Dr. Bowden shared with her, in his opinion, he did not suffer. And then lastly, his mother wanted to ask the question that Dr. Bowden nor any of the lawyers could answer. What else do we need to give them to arrest the killer of my child?
In a situation like this, facts become very important, evidence becomes very important, and it's so important that the facts in this case really get out. This case has suffered from a lack of transparency of the, I'm actually going to get ready, I'm going to hold it up and show them something. And you heard Attorney Crump say there was multiple shots. There are 2 shots that I want to focus on for my purpose right here today, because they become important because they show that the direction of the bullet was in a back-to-front direction. The first one is what we call the kill shot, and the one that when Attorney Crump was speaking that he wouldn't have suffered from is right here. At the apex of his head, there was a very, very severe and clear injury. At the apex, the very top, that went from a back to front position. Also, there's a second shot to the head that you've heard us speak about. That shot is here. There's a little dot on the diagram that you see right by his hairline. That bullet went in there and came out near the eye area. That's very important because it shows a back to front for both of those. And it supports what the witnesses said about him trying to surrender to the officer. And his head was in a downward position, had to be, for what had happened. Those type of facts are clear. And we believe that given those kind of facts, this officer should have been arrested. Those things speak for themselves. Why would he be shot in the very top of his head? 6'4" man. Makes no sense. And so that's what we have, and that's why we believe that those 2 things alone are ample evidence for this officer to be arrested.